Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Life Trek. I'm Namrata, joined by my wonderful co hosts Sangeeta and Madhumita.
Hi.
Hi.
Today, we embark on one more meaningful conversation about something very close to our hearts, something that we three are fast approaching old age. Honestly, old age is something we all know is coming, but how many of us are actually prepared for it? Some, of course, embrace it with wisdom, but most others try to close their eyes to the reality of it. And the reality is that aging is not just about getting older. It's about how society treats you, how family equations change, and how life itself takes a new turn.
Namrata, I've always felt age is just a number. It's how you deal with that number that's important. But over the last few years, as I saw my parents and all other senior citizens around me, I realized that once you cross a certain age, it's not just a number anymore. It's a reality one has to face. At that point, age is a feeling more than a number. It's how you feel about your life and how others feel about your life, right? Sangeeta, what do you
So
say?
true, Madhu. Yeah, so true. Madhu, it's also about the entire ecosystem around us. Is it suitable for an increasing aging population? Be it healthcare, social engagement, entertainment, or any segment you take. And today, since there are more nuclear families, the situation is even more tricky as there is less family support.
So, then how do we get ready for aging? I mean, are we actually scared of of aging? The moment we spot a gray hair, we reach for the dye, the first wrinkle, panic mode. But why? Is the fear just about looking old, or is it the fear of becoming irrelevant?
Frankly, Namrata, these are cliches, and the cliches you mentioned, I think they have to do more with pop culture's portrayal of old age. Take movies, for example, right? They show old age in extremes.
Yeah.
Either you are the ever smiling, laddu making dadi of Hindi movies, or you are the helpless, abandoned parent crying in the rain, waiting for kids to return, or like OTT platforms show these days, the weed smoking, drunk, bored senior.
Oh
There
God.
is no way to end, right? Frankly, I have not seen these stereotypes that movies show anywhere around me. So
Yeah.
where are the realistic portrayals in pop culture, and where are the films or the shows that show aging as just one more phase of life?
Yeah.
Madhu, thankfully things are changing. Movies like 102 Not Out, Unchai, Badhai Ho show that life doesn't stop at any particular age.
Hmm.
In fact, Amitabh Bachchan's second innings in cinema has redefined the meaning of old. Even at this age, he is the first choice for many roles.
So true.
You
Yeah.
see, I mean, number of advertisements also he does.
Hmm.
Okay, but we still have a long way to go.
Yeah,
True.
right. And you know the irony? Our movie stars just refuse to age. Actresses in their 50s play 30-year-olds, and heroes in their 60s still do scenes with heroines half their age. They show
Hmm.
something that's frankly not real and not even the ideal. Maybe that's why a lot of us struggle to accept aging too. I'm reminded of this friend of mine. When we were in our 20s, she used to say, "Oh God, I'm going to kill myself when I'm 40." And then when she was 40, she said, "Well, 40 is not that bad, but I don't think I can survive once I'm 60," and so on. So I think that we have this preconceived notion of old age, that it is sad and crippling. And but when we are actually faced with it, we change our perspective, we accept it a lot better. I think we have seen our parents age with grace, and I think we will also do that as well.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
I think so, yeah. But Namrata, I think old age is a gift of God. You
It is.
cross your childhood, youth, adulthood, and then reach old age. You
Hmm.
get to live more, learn more, and enjoy more. Many don't get this wonderful opportunity that life brings. It should be celebrated.
Very true.
Sangeeta, that's amazing. Yeah, that's an amazing perspective.
Yes.
But the fact is, I feel, you can celebrate old age or aging or whatever as long as you're physically and mentally fit, you're financially free, and you're emotionally strong, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, Madhu. Uh, I mean, to add to this, let's take a finance for example. As we grow old, this becomes a huge concern. A lot of people plan for their retirement fund, But the fact is, retirement age is around 60, whereas the average life expectancy, you can say, is around 70. So, as a society, I think we should create an ecosystem so a person can work as long as they want and they can.
True.
Hitting 60 should not mean compulsory retirement.
Yes.
I have a relative, a pediatrician, who is still practicing at the age of 84.
Wow.
And yeah, and she's a very renowned figure. Similarly, in teaching, finance, consulting, and other fields, organizations should come forward to use the experience and skill of seniors.
Very
Yeah, Sangeeta, remember we three started talking about this before COVID, and somehow we could not start anything on this platform. Because for a person who is used to being active for 30 years, the sudden idleness due to retirement can be extremely traumatizing or debilitating. On the other hand, the
Especially
small,
when somebody is interested. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. But I would like to bring
stop
out the
is
other
very,
side of the
yeah.
coin. Sorry, Namrata?
The complete full stop after such a busy life, it's very hard. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
not a normal thing to do. Can't
Yeah,
expect.
and I know we've discussed it so often. But I would like to talk about the other side of the coin. Like, what's the point of having a large bank balance or even working till you're 75 if you're not physically fit? If walking even 1 kilometer feels like running a marathon, I feel the older we get, the more care we must take of our health, right? So we need to probably eat better, exercise more, even if it's just walking,
Yeah.
like I do. So do it every single day, like my dad did and my mom still does. Being physically fit, I think, is important at every age, but it's critical as you get older because you want to be physically active for as long as possible.
Mm.
Yeah, true, Madhu. Actually, what you are hinting at is active aging, actually. I
True.
mean, where both physical and mental fitness is very much required.
True. True.
And that's what actually I was thinking of mentioning here. It's not only physical health, emotional health is also a big crisis. So we see many elderly people struggling with loneliness.
Mm.
I have seen my parents, how they long for our phone calls, waiting for my weekend visits. In fact,
Mm.
the moment they come to know that my brother, who is abroad, who is about to visit them, they spend 2 to 3 months happily looking forward to it. Also, I have personally seen after a certain age, the elders feel very secure and confident if a child is around. Namrata can add more to this.
Yeah.
And with my parents, I saw the difference after I shifted to the same city.
Yeah, actually, Sangeeta, that's very true. Even I had the same experience. There's a big change in their emotional and mental health once they have their children or their siblings with them. I requested my parents to shift to Bhubaneswar to be near me so that it would be easier for me to look after them along with my in laws. And later, my mom to shift to my house after my father's demise. And it was
Mm.
a very positive step, I think so. It gave them confidence and a sense of security. It helped them to heal from all kinds of illnesses and traumas. So it was nice. My mother in law, for example, went into depression when she was in her 60s after losing her mother, and it was quite bad. It took her a very long time to recover, but having all of us around her really helped her recover, sooner than it would have been possible otherwise.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Yeah.
And I think we've discussed this. We've discussed about the need for mental health counseling and psychotherapy and all that. But
Mm.
I have seen the other side of the coin too. For an elderly relative, when we tried to take him to the counselor for a session, he just exploded, saying, "Do you think I'm mad that I need a psychiatrist?" For him and for many other people that I know, seeking external professional help is a sign of a weakness or it's a stigma.
Yeah.
Anyway, that addiction is a story for another episode. Right now, maybe it's time we rethink as a society how we support our elders, both physically and mentally.
I think we can probably create a change in our own circles by asking our elderly relatives how they're truly feeling, without judging or rushing to fix things. I feel sometimes a family member just setting aside 15 minutes a day to truly talk to an aging parent without scrolling, without rushing, can be very powerful.
That's exactly, you've seen my sister, that's exactly what she does.
No, I know.
She makes it a point to visit and talk to elderly relatives and family friends every single day, no matter how she's doing. Small things mattered, as I've learned from her, like a daily phone call, encouraging get-togethers with friends, celebrating festivals, or even introducing them to a game or to social media where they feel less alone. It's
Yeah.
all about building and strengthening emotional connections when you're alone.
Mm. So
True,
true.
Madhu. Actually, in my society complex also, I saw, for example, all major festivals are celebrated with a lot of participation from seniors. I feel these festivals really help them to bond with each other. They dress up, eat together, laugh at the same joke, enjoy and celebrate. That is emotional therapy in a very natural way.
Mm.
Very true.
A lot of these complexes also have senior citizens group. I'm proud that my father also created one such society in his apartment complex, and he was a very active member there. They have their own parties, picnics, and get-togethers. Uh, you know, uh, in fact, I mean, nowadays the trend is that you go to any park for doing morning walks and all. That I have seen elders, they are spending around 2 to 3 hours with their friends, and they do yoga, they do walk, and they spend time there. Even my father used to do this, and he used to spend 2 to 3 hours in the morning with his friends, and
Yeah.
he always used to look forward to this. Yeah.
Mm. It's such a pleasure, to see elders doing yoga, breathing sessions, laughter therapy, open gym together. Very refreshing and very inspiring. It's like they are reframing aging from something that slows you down to something you live with intention and with dignity. You know?
Yeah, Namaste, remember you were telling me near your house there's a park where ladies go and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I actually see them doing it every day, and I really enjoy, and it really inspires me that okay, I want to be like this. I feel.
Yeah. Can we have their video?
Yeah, sure.
ଆମର ଏଇଟାକୁ ଲାଫିଂ କ୍ଲବ୍ କହୁଛନ୍ତି। ଆମେ ଏଠି ସବୁଦିନ 6ଟା 15ରେ ଆସିକି ଏକ୍ସରସାଇଜ୍ କରୁଛୁ, ତା ସହିତ ସହିତ ହସୁଛୁ ମଧ୍ୟ। ଏଥିପାଇଁ ଆମର ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ଦେହ ମନ ସବୁ ଭଲ ରହୁଛି। ଏଠି ଖୋଲା ପଡ଼ିଆରେ ଆସିକି ଏକ୍ସରସାଇଜ୍ କରୁଛୁ। ସବୁ ପ୍ରକାର ମୁଣ୍ଡ ପାଖରୁ ତଳିପା ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ସବୁର ଏକ୍ସରସାଇଜ୍ ହେଉଛି। ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ସମସ୍ତେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି। ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ମନ ଦେହ ଏଥିପାଇଁ ବହୁତ ଭଲ ରହୁଛି। ଆଉ ଏଠି 40 ବର୍ଷରୁ 82 ବର୍ଷ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ମେମ୍ବରମାନେ ଏକ୍ସରସାଇଜ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି। ଆଉ ସବୁ ତ ଭଲ ରହୁଛି, ଦେହ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ମନ ଭଲ ରହୁଛି। ଆଉ ଆମେ ଏଇଠୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ, ଆମେ 16 ବର୍ଷ ହେଲାଣି ଏଠି ପ୍ରତିଦିନ ଆସିକିନା କରୁଛୁ। ଆଉ ଏଥିରେ ଆମର ଦେହ, ଆଣ୍ଠୁ, ହାତ, ପୋଡ଼ ସବୁ ଭଲ ରହୁଛି। ଆଉ ଏଠି ଆମେ ବି ଗୋଟେ ବାର୍ଥଡେ ପାଳନ କରୁଛୁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର। ବାର୍ଥଡେ କରିକି ସମସ୍ତେ ମନ ଖୁସିରେ ରହୁଛୁ। ସମସ୍ତେ ଏକତା ଭାବରେ ସ୍ନେହ ସହାନୁଭୂତି ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ରହୁଛି ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ପ୍ରତି।
This tells me it's time we stop treating old age like a slow fading away and start treating it like a new chapter in our lives.
Absolutely, absolutely, Sangeeta. And somehow today I feel my role is to be a devil's advocate or whatever and take you in different direction from where you're heading. I would like to take the discussion in a different direction again, from micro to macro. We have discussed so far what we can do individually as a family. But are we as a society ready for this onslaught of seniors that's coming? Think about this. How many public spaces in our country are actually designed for senior citizens? Ramps, for example. Why is aging not a priority in our planning?
Or even our healthcare facilities. Have you noticed the wheelchairs in some of these facilities? They're of such low height, it's tough for senior citizens to sit and get up from these chairs. Another constraint is the long waiting hours. It's high time that waiting time for super seniors is minimized. Imagine how tough it is for those with bladder control issues to wait for long hours.
Yeah.
What if hospitals could be modeled like airports with separate queues and systems for super seniors? Don't you think that's a good idea?
And that's so
Yeah, no,
yeah,
yeah.
actually. Yeah.
And we've all experienced this with our parents and our in-laws, right?
Yeah,
When
yeah,
It's
yeah,
very much
right.
so, very much so.
And then when you come back from macro to micro again, just look at our own homes. Most Indian houses still have stairs, no ramps. They have slippery floors and tiles. These are disasters just waiting to happen. Many of us have aging parents living with us, but how often do we create an environment that makes life easier for them?
I think there's a
What?
very easy solution for that, Madhu. I think, if you have aging parents or relatives, let's begin at home. We can install grab bars in bathrooms, switch to anti-skid tiles, maybe even move our bedrooms downstairs or have a chair lift installed. These are very small changes that make a big
True,
difference. And for the
true,
larger picture, I feel we as a society need to speak up. So raise your voice in your colony or housing society, ask for ramps and elevators, write to your civic representative or those who can make a difference. I think we also should start doing this, in a very
mm,
positive and proactive way.
true.
See, imagine if more architects and designers and city planners were challenged to reimagine the city planning for the 75-year-old with a walking stick.
Wow.
Aging with dignity has to be the thinking behind the design, not an afterthought. We should
True.
be respecting aging, not just tolerating it.
Absolutely.
Very well said, Sangeeta. No, aging with dignity has to be the thinking behind the design. That's an amazing thought.
Hmm.
No, and talking about respecting old age brings me to something else, to the loneliness and isolation that comes with aging. In India, especially because children leave home and start working in other cities, aging often means watching your children move far away. It could be in the country or even outside the country. It's a huge distance, right? And for many seniors, that distance becomes a huge insurmountable wall. Like
Yeah,
even inside my family, my father-in-law gave his entire life to his family, and now he lives all alone, surrounded by silence. My father also went through something very similar, and you all see it also.
I also see it all around me. Some parents
Mm,
live alone, waiting endlessly for a visit or even a phone call. Others stay with their children but feel ignored and unheard. And worst of all, I think some are uprooted entirely. They're made to live in cities where they know no one. They have to speak a different language. And they have to do that because that's where the children are.
but Namrata, I will say this is still a better solution, rather than staying all alone. I
Yes.
feel this is, yeah, I feel
mm.
this is still better. At least somebody is
There.
near,
Them.
yeah.
It's like that's what you and I might feel, but our parents would not agree.
I
They
think
will prefer
Yeah, that's
when
also
they
true.
no, no,
That's
I have
true.
that to a certain extent because I have actually uprooted my parents and brought them to stay with me. But just that it's, I mean, at least there was no language change. But it was
No, it
situation was
wasn't very far.
done. Yeah, yeah.
Another trend nowadays I see is that many, youngsters, they bring their parents to the same apartment complex wherever they're staying, so that both are having two different, what do you say,
Space, their own space.
Mm.
own space, but at the time of need, they are
They can
I
for
have
work.
each other.
friends. I
Yeah.
have friends who done that even now. Yeah,
Hmm.
And the let's not forget the most painful kind of loneliness, the loss of a partner or a child or even a sibling. After decades of togetherness, losing a spouse is like losing a part of yourself. With grief, loneliness also pinches.
mm, absolutely.
This is something I have been thinking for quite a while now. Have you heard of senior living communities? Have you heard?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 This is just a much better version of old age homes, and that is more senior friendly also. These are communities where you are surrounded by people of your age, engage in community activities, pursue your own interests, and don't have to depend on anyone else for your daily physical needs. I would like to move to something like that when I am older. Who knows?
I think Sangeeta, that's the dream for all of us.
Yeah, yeah. Me too. Me too.
But personally, I feel that one day will be where our parents are now. So let's build the kind of support system for them that we would want for ourselves. They spent
Absolutely.
their entire youth giving us wings. Maybe now it's our turn to give them wings to fly. Let them live the life that they want, the one they enjoy, rather than imposing our wishes on them. Give them companionship, choice, and care.
Well
Very
said. Very well said. And for those of us like me who cannot be with our parents physically at all times, maybe the greatest gift we can offer them is to simply be there for them emotionally. So call them every day and just speak to them.
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's really required for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now let's move into our special guest segment and hear from an elderly couple who truly celebrate the spirit of aging.
So, joining us today are two seniors who are also my role models. Captain Dinendra Praraj is a 72-year-old retired Navy officer who served the nation for 35 years. He epitomizes discipline with a heart. And his wife, Srimati Gayatri Praraj, she is 65, the calm to his storm, and the unofficial CEO of the house. They've got stories, they've got wisdom, and trust me, they're not holding back. So sit back and enjoy this honest, funny, and surprisingly refreshing take on aging from two people who are absolutely living it. Warm welcome to both of you. Welcome to Life Trek with Soul Sisters. It's so lovely to have you here and a privilege for us all. So, let me start by asking you, what's that one thing about aging that completely surprised you? Something you never expected when you were younger?
Uh, well, I'll take on this question. One thing that surprised me when I was young, that I would not never expect this in future in old age, is learning never stops. When I was in school, I was in primary school in my village. I was happy. Suddenly, I was selected to go to Sainik school. From Sainik school, I joined a college, and midway between the college, I was selected to join Indian Navy and was directed to report Naval Academy at Cochin. So after going undergoing the training, I was commissioned into the Navy, and I thought the studies have come to an end. I've started earning, so I'll just do the work and I'll get the pay. But before I could realize, I was sent for the courses, basic courses to undergo before you start operating in a ship. Soon after, I joined a ship, and before I could step in, I was told to go for specialization course in missiles to join a newly purchased missile boat. So I had to rush to another training school to do my missile training, and then I joined a missile boat. After I finished my missile boat, I thought, you know, and now I'll relax. I got a promotion. I was happy. I went to Calcutta and settled down there. Soon after, I was told that I have been selected for commissioning another new ship in Russia. So that required me to again study, and because the training was in USSR, I was told to join JNU to learn Russian language. So after learning Russian language, I I was told to do specialization in gunnery because it was a specialized job. Soon after that, I was blessed with a son, and I realized that there is another side of training to look after the child. And whatever it is, all three of us were then told to go to Russia to do our training. And thereafter, after training, we commissioned a ship, returned back. After I finished my training, I thought it's all over. Then I got a promotion and I took up a job, another job. But thereafter, within 1 year, I was told to go for a post graduation course in defense studies. So it was never ending and continued, and thereafter, so one after another, every rank I had to do some new course, and finally, after retirement, I thought, thank God, the job is over, studies are over. But when we entered the new house, my son gifted me a desktop computer. He's saying, Papa, now you are free now, learn something new. So I said, okay, now that he's put it, I could not dishonor his gift. So I said, let me start learning. No one was there to learn. On my own, I started learning. And God blessing, I was offered a job as a regional head, which also needed extensive use of computers. It's called cash management service, which was totally a new one. So again, I had to start learning how to manage cash, how the cash is to be accounted for, which is a totally new area which I was not even familiar with. Nevertheless, I managed to do that, and finally, I thought I hung my boot and I settled down in Bhubaneswar, and I thought it has come to an end. Then my son informed me that he has been admitted in for a post graduation course in UK, and he needed some help in that required to learn artificial intelligence, how to you know uh, support him in his research work using artificial intelligence. So that is how, from day one, which I thought the learning was limited to schools or college, I am still learning. And I still feel that I haven't mastered everything of AI. So
And
I hope I made my point clear that learning never stops.
learning never stops. But Kaka, that's what, if you're good at something, if you're good at doing what you do, you have to learn your whole life, because that's the only way. I mean, that makes you happy, right? If you are somebody who pursues knowledge, who wants to learn, you'll learn throughout your life. And probably that's why you are still mentally agile and physically fit as well.
Yes,
So,
that's correct. You're absolutely right, and that is what I was trying to derive. Uh, Someone has to be ready to learn.
yeah,
So
true.
the message to the younger people is never stop learning.
So then
That's really great.
that's yeah. So if today, if you look back, I mean, to when you were 30, maybe either you or Kudima, one of you can answer. What would you advise your younger self? What would be that one piece of
Yeah,
advice you would give your younger self?
yeah, to be healthy and take life, the challenges in the life carefully, and make because when we are young, when we are in first to 10 years, we are so carefree, we enjoy our life playfully, and people love us, and we have a good time, and everything, whatever we want, people are there to do for us. Then you reach your school age, and the school age, we the education is done, and after that we enjoy partying and being with our friends, and we enjoy the life. Then we come to our 30 age, which is a very big challenging for all the people uh, going through this life. Is the most challenging age, which we say is 30 years. 30 years, when you reach, you feel that uh, you have so many dreams to overcome. That is ambitious. You become ambitious. Your dreams you want to fulfill, and that is the time you have your education is over. You're looking for jobs, and what type of jobs you want to do, and how I'm going to look after my. Then marriage comes in line, then the children come in line. There are so many things which we all come in 30s, which is a big challenge thing in life. So I would always tell the, and a lot of stress also includes in that, you know.
Mm.
So the best thing for everybody in this age, and your physical, mental, everything is also changing, because your mind of thinking, you think, the when you were 20s you are thinking something else, and when you come 30 you're matured, and you want to pursue a lot of things in life. Like financially you want to be good, you want to have a lovely house, you want a good children, good job where you can live a happy life.
Yeah.
So all these things brings you to stress. So only one advice I would love to give to all my 30 people, that you take things cool, meditate, and prioritize your habits, that discipline your life with lots of sufficient food to eat, good habits, and good dieting, good food, and better sleep, which is very, very important today's date, because stress is going into everybody's life, and we have to deal with it for a good age to for our future. So I would request every youngsters who are in 30s and going through all these challenges to have a cool mind, meditate, and be physically fit for your future life to come. So
Thank you
I
very Yeah, this
wishes
is
for
what
A
you
I,
very
all.
nice piece of advice, actually.
yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Actually, it is said that childhood and old age are similar because both need care and patience. So, what do you think about this?
That's me.
Hmm. Health and
See what happens. Childhood, we are very carefree. We love everybody's, attentions to on us. We have a life where we never think about future. We just, we don't know what is future. We just go flow through the life, and when we come to that age, we feel that life has become very what do you say, um,
considerable health.
basically we look for when health is the most important thing which we have to go through. Childhood was very careful, when people were there to look after us. When we get older, you feel that your most important thing in life is peace of mind, and taking care of your health, looking after your basics, and financially you should be stable, emotionally you should be stable, and well-being of yours is most important. And we have to accept that all the realities of aging, and take it very gracefully towards the
Yeah,
we have to. And I feel privileged that I so far my I have been able to take care of myself, and I will look after myself, and without any support. That is my
really
aim.
proud of you. Really.
Yeah, that is what I look forward. So I should not be dependent on anybody. That's my challenge.
Actually, when we were kids, we used to hear this Balya Vruddha Saman. But I think in today's day and age, I see Kaka and Khudi, I see my mom, I see your moms. I think our parents, senior citizens, are much more capable than even us for a
Right,
long
right.
time.
Rightly
So
said.
true.
In today's
Yeah.
day, today's,
Yeah,
because we are all aware of things today. We are, having, a lot of facilities. We have in our generation, our mother's generation, the people were very, they have very hard in their way of dealing their life, because there was no awareness how to take care of, and medical facilities were very, not there reachable. And that is the reason. Now to everything, people are more aware of things, and people learn from each other,
yeah.
and that is one of the best thing I can see. uh, Today's generation are more better off than the earlier generation.
I think so. So, in your generation, I think it wouldn't be apt to say that in the children and the older people are the same. It wouldn't be right to say right now because
Exactly, exactly, absolutely right. Because the children today are, very they want to be financially, emotionally, and healthy, and they know what it is to what they are. They know the future better than the ones which were in our generations, which went back. So I would, see that their old ages are more better than the last generation which went back.
Totally.
right. So, do you think today's younger generation is more or less prepared for old age compared to your generation?
Yeah, today they are very well, I can say they are very well aware of everything. That today generation are very
Okay.
competitive, they are very confident, and they know what they're doing, and they know what health and what is the future. They have a lot of planning towards their life, which our generation did not have, because we were so laid back thinking that things will work out, we enjoy our you know but today children are challenging so much. Life is bringing them to a lot of challenges, and they are able to cope up because of financially, emotionally well, and wellness is going on. Everybody is so much into health, and their habit means diet. They know what to eat, what not to eat, and how to groom themselves. That's what I think is important.
More importantly, they also have a good financial planning.
Yes.
From day one, they start saving for their family as well as for the old age. Whereas in our case, there are many reasons. One of them was the the pay wasn't all that great to think of future. Now the perks are good. People are there to advise. There are so many advices are available online. How to plan your future, how to plan your finance, and that is how.
They maintain a very good lifestyle now. This is the generation which they are upgraded from the time which we have seen. And they really come up, and they are reachable. They want to learn things, and they are doing very well. So I feel that this generation is more better than the last generation which we have gone through. So that's why I
Very
feel,
interesting, actually.
yes. Um,
So, is there a dream or passion you still want to pursue? Something you never got the chance to do earlier in your life?
you want to say?
Yeah, the very interesting question. If you ask me, the answer is I would like to travel as much as possible, see the world. Though I have seen most of the places, but I wanted to spend the rest of my time. But the challenge that is coming is the to travel without a support, and
Yeah.
for good reason. Both my children are away, and we miss them. So only when they are ready to travel with us, we're able to go. And once they are not there, we are hesitant to travel on our own. To because you have to look after flight schedule, you have to look after your luggage, you have to look after your safety, thereafter landing in a new place. That gives us a little uh,
Insecure.
discomfort,
Yeah, it's
and we always wish to travel with somebody to look after these small small things.
No, that is good. But travel has been always been a passion for both of us. We would love to see the world, though we have seen the half of the world, but we still want to travel because that keeps you more young, and it makes you feel more radiant and well-being also. Because once you go out, you see the so many things like the nature. You're with the nature, and you meet people, and you have exchange your views, so that keeps you also younger. That is what we look forward. That passion is always there.
Yeah.
So traveling is one of the best thing I think everybody should have. So keep your mind free and
you have another travel lover here. Sangeeta travels like crazy.
I was
Sangeeta
just
has
yeah.
a lot of travel all over.
Yeah, we travel a lot.
both of
And
you.
they are also from the armed forces background.
Oh, that's true. That's great. Okay. Yes, traveling is one of the best thing ever. You can, free yourself and feel the freedom of,
Yeah.
strenuous life which you're going. That is, I
True.
feel,
I find
one
that
of the.
as a very good learning platform actually. I
Yes,
learn a
yes.
lot from the fellow travelers.
Exactly, exactly. I go with you. That is very true. And that exchange feeling is, you learn more, you meet him, your mind is, free, and you come to meet people and know they're also living how they are. And it's a learning process also, which I can say makes your
It
mind
makes
free.
you much more adaptable also to different
Exactly,
situations. Yeah,
exactly. Yes, very true, very true. That's so nice. There's so many travelers now, which makes today. That's why people go out so much. They look forward to outings, and they would like to go for the. Otherwise, earlier people had there was no facilities to move around. There were no places which had all the travel comfortable thing. Now everything is so well connected, and things are good.
Yeah.
My husband says travel is the best investment.
Yes, very true. Very true.
So,
Namrata, you have.
so should we now move to the rapid fire round?
Of course, stay.
The questions, some quick questions, some quicker answers, no thinking.
Yeah, yeah,
Instinct.
definitely, definitely.
So the first one coming up. One Bollywood movie about old age that you love.
My old age, recent, like I feel is Bhagwan. That's one of my favorite movies.
I knew. Yeah.
I like Bhagwan because it is, it's a hard hitting, still going on. It is in every family's issue, and people should know because that's the only one movie I've seen. It is of all the generation in that movie have so many challenges which they overcome, and that's a very big lesson for today's generation.
Yeah, I agree with her, but I also my bet will be on Piku. It's very funny and real and
Realist.
real life and honest about aging. It gives
Even
a
I think Bhagwan is about realities
yes,
of
yes.
life.
Says
Yes,
so.
both of
Bhagwan and Pico, I think, will be our
Rapid.
Very
uh,
good picks. Yeah.
What is
film for old age to see.
so next question? What is it that you love about aging? One thing you love about aging.
Freedom. I love freedom. Enjoy thinking of no responsibilities, confidence. That is what I like.
I will say wisdom. The
Ah,
amount
yes.
of wisdom you gather over the period, you experience,
Yes, yes,
and if
yes.
somebody is ready to accept it, we offer our wisdom and be happy. If no one is ready to accept, we are happy with our own wisdom.
Yes.
Okay. Next one. One myth about old age that needs to go.
Ability to manage yourself with lot of no dependence, managing your life with your own self and be confident and enjoy life. That's what I would say.
I thought that once you're old, you'll not be able to drive or do physical activities. But I feel that at 72, I am able to drive. And someone told me that as long as you continue doing what you are doing, you will never regret. And once you stop anything in life, that that becomes very difficult to again start up.
Mm.
So with that advice, I have continued to drive, and I recently had to appear before because my driving license had
Driving
expired,
license.
and they told me to carry out a test, and I passed the test without any problem, and I got 5 year extension for driving. So that myth was there, and I thought if you continue to do whatever you are doing, you will not
I
you
agree
know
with.
Right.
Yeah. And Namrata, you wanted to say something?
Well, I think so we can end this session here. Thank you
Okay,
so
nice,
Yeah.
nice,
much.
nice meeting all of you.
Points.
Thank you.
thank you
Thank
for
you.
calling us,
Thank
and
you. Thank
Thank you
you
so
so much.
much.
We are very
It was
grateful
lovely.
that
It's
you
lovely hearing.
and shared your
thank you.
thoughts with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you both so much for your thought-provoking points. We are truly grateful that you could spare the time to be with us here today. Thank you so much.
And thank you for your services to the nation. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
proud
much.
of you. One
Nice
last
turn.
question for us, Sangeeta. If you could give one role model for aging, who would it be?
Namrata, you know, it's my father. I would exactly like to age like him, always in a very positive frame of mind, looking forward to socialize, spending time with us, writing articles, reading, playing cards and carom, and last but not the least, enjoying his food and sleep. Madhu, what about you?
I originally thought about something else, but I have another person in mind. You remember in the very first episode, I talked about this ex boss of mine who's retired, and I think he's my role model for aging. He retired and then he quickly started another job as a freelancer, and he's consulting for them now. He's doing what he enjoys doing, and he travels, he sees the world, he does exactly what he wants to do, and eats what he wants to eat. Maybe not very physically fit, but definitely highly energetic, much more energetic than me. He's my role model. Namrata, what about you?
I think my grandfather. He was what you would call, Zinda Dil. Always in great spirits, always dressed up and ready, even at home. He radiated energy and positivity. I still remember the day when he had taken me and two of my cousins to watch the movie Ashiki, in this theater. And innumerable times we've been to dinners outside with him. He was very, very interested to take. He was like, a more of a friend to all of us. He would discuss everything under the sun with me, quite like a friend. So basically, he was a wonderful human being who lived his life king size.
Wonderful. I wish we had known him, Namrata.
Yeah, yeah, I think I wish so. So now let's wrap up on that wonderful note. Let's remember that aging isn't just about getting older, it's about how we choose to experience life. It's about how society supports its elders, how families nurture them, and how individuals embrace the years ahead with dignity and purpose.
And at the heart of it all, the real question is, are we ready? Not just for ourselves, but for the elders in our lives. Are we building a future where aging is respected, supported, and celebrated?
Yeah, because if we are lucky, like Sangeeta said, we will all grow old someday. The way we treat today's seniors is the world we are creating for our future selves.
Absolutely.
That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Thank you so much. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Life Tech.
Bye
Bye
bye.
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 Bye.